Good evening, students. Today I am going to explain about biopesticides. Okay, this is plant breeding lesson 4th video. Okay, so this is part 4 of the plant breeding lesson, and this is very important topic because yesterday I have explained about the arbuncular mycorrhiza and seaweed fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, and also azolla and rhizobium. These and all the things I have explained you. Okay, now I am going to explain about biopesticides. Okay, this biopesticides, what is called biopesticide? Bio means the living, right? Pest means what? Pest means some insects. Side means killing. So it's going to killing of the insects is called the biopesticides. Okay, so that is the living things or the biologically related things we are going to use for the killing of insects which disturb to grow our crops. Are you clear? So this biopesticides is making a living things is used to killing of insects. That is nothing but that is a fungus and bacteria only. Okay, so this biopesticides generally if you are taking initially they have used the chemicals as the pesticides. So by spraying the chemical to the crops, what will be happen? The crops is ultimately the insects will not come, but the crops is getting a chemicals on their body surface. So that plant, the crops we are eating. So that is danger to our health. Okay, so when you are seeing, when you comes under this biopesticides, it is eco-friendly and it gives the very fertility to the soil and it does not harm to the plant growth and their yield. So without giving harm or the harmness to the plant growth or the yield, it kills the insects which is infesting or which is entered into the plant body. So that is about the introduction to the biopesticides that you should know. Okay. So next about the biopesticides, that is there is two types of fungi is there. One's name is trichoderma. What is this? The trichoderma. Another one name is Beweria. B-E-E-A. Beweria. So this is Beweria. So these two are the fungi. First I will explain about trichoderma. Trichoderma is nothing but it's a fungi. It's generally present in the soil. It gives the 5 function mainly. One is it gives the crop yield. Good crop yield it will give. And also it gives the root development. Good root development to the plant, and crop will give the good productivity. And also it is giving the insects which is disturbing the growing crops. Okay, and also it gives the stress against the abiotic stress to the crop. Okay, நம்ம வளர பிளான்ட்டோட கிராப்ஸ்க்கு வந்து அதிக டெம்பரேச்சரோ அதிக ட்ரவுட் கண்டிஷன், சலைனிட்டி கண்டிஷன் அதெல்லாம் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இது ஒரு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுது. அண்ட் ஆல்சோ இட் இஸ் யூஸ்டு டு மேக் த பிளான்ட் டு டேக் uptaking of nutrients. This is about the trichoderma. Next I am coming to the Beweria. Beweria, it is worldwide presenting the entomopathogenic fungi. What is this called? Entomopathogenic fungi. Entomo means pathogenic. Okay. So this entomopathogenic means, entomo meaning is insects. So this is insects, pathogen means it is going to produce disease producers. Path means disease, genic means producing. So it is going to produce the disease to the insects, that is by the Beweria. It's a living thing, that is it's a fungi, and it is present in the worldwide. Okay, and main important of this Beweria is nothing but it is also causes it will kills many arthropods. Okay, what is arthropods? That is invertebrate things like many insects, it will comes under that. So that is get destroyed by this Beweria, and also it causes it will kill the insects by causing of the white muscardine disease. What is this? White muscardine disease. Silkworms அது பட்டுப்புழு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, அது இல்லைன்னா it causes the white muscardine disease, so that it is killing them. And also it kills the one more danger, that is Rhizoctania solani. This is usually affect the tomato plant. That plant it's getting by damping off. Damp off means it's going first it will wilt, then it is rupus, then it will die. So கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா அந்த plant வந்து die பண்ணும். So from that the tomato plant is escaped from this Rhizoctania solani by the Beveria. It's a living thing, that is our biopesticides. Okay, this is about your biopesticides that you should know. Okay. Next, green manure. What is this called green manure that you should know? Green manure means the thing that you could have seen in the agricultural land. Okay, suppose this is agricultural land. So this is the crop, this is their agriculture with the cultivating some main plant. Suppose you can take paddy or else you can take some hemp, sanal and the mari or payir valathrangavi. On their intersect, on this intercross, the vayal paathu solluvaanga illaya. So in this place we can grow some new crops which is different from the center part. அதாவது agricultural landல சுத்தி இருக்கிற இந்த processல, இந்த intercrossesல we can make some other plants. So this plant definitely what it will give, which is by in the plant கொஞ்சம் வளர்ந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் by putting the twig and leaves and whole plant into this land. Okay, இந்த landல எதை நம்ம கல்டிவேட் பண்ண போறோமோ அந்த landல இந்த plants, அதாவது இந்த crossல, இந்த intercross, இந்த வயல் வரப்புல இருக்கிற இந்த plants கட் பண்ணி போட்டோம் அப்படின்னா what will happen? Definitely the soil fertility increases and it's mainly the nitrogen content of the soil get increased. That is very very important, you should know. Okay, so and also it gives the soil structure and their texture and their structure will be protected and prevented by adding of this green manure. Green manure means we are adding the green plants into the agricultural land, thereby the green plants get decomposed. From that plant consisting of lot of nitrogen compound is released to the soil. So the soil is become very fertile with a high content of the nitrogen, and also it gives a very good structure and texture to the soil plant. So that is very very important, you should know. Okay, so what is a green manuring? Okay, and also this green manuring is gives the that's what I told you. If you are giving a sun hemp, you can give the cowpea, காரமணி சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி plant, or the Sesbania grandiflora, அகத்திக்கீரை, or else you can give the Azadirachta, that is neem tree சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, அது next Deinonyx ஹைவேஸ்ல எல்லாம் போறதப்ப பார்த்தா ஒரு ரெட் கலர் பூ வச்சு ஒரு மரம் இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி சில மரங்கள்லாம், ஸோ சில பிளான்ட் வெரைட்டி இருக்கு which we can use green manure so that the plant crop will be very good yield. Okay, so that's what they are telling in the green manure. So that's what you should know about the green manure. Green manure. Animal manure means we can use the cow dung and the sheep droppings and chicken droppings, all those things. அதோட வேஸ்ட், அதோட எக்ஸ்க்ரீட்டா, அதோட மோஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் என்னது நார்மல் லேண்ட்ல போட்டால் அதில் இருக்கிற நைட்ரஜன் அண்ட் கார்பன், all those things is released into the soil so that the soil is again used for the agricultural purpose. Already the soil is fertilized with this all manure, animal and green manure. So if we are using a plant for the fertility of the soil, it's called green manure. If we are using excreta or motion sample of the animals like chicken or the cow, is called the animal manure. Here we are going to deal with the green manure only. So this is about, you should know about the green manure. Okay, thank you.